Okay. Right. So I don't know quite what happened there, but I had to restart YouTube. And so I'll just check that it is running. And I'll be with you in 1 second. Right. Is this working? Okay, so saying upcoming, but it's not actually doing anything. Now, is this okay? Okay, I'll carry on for a minute or so. My phone is just showing black, and I did have trouble starting the stream. I had to restart YouTube twice, and yeah. So, welcome everyone. We'll just assume that this is working, and we will carry on. So this is the radio I've fixed recently or this week, and it is working, but if I get time I'll show you the problem. There will be a full video on this in the next couple of in the next week or so. I have recorded it all, I just need to edit it. So today's video is this Philips 148, and I have tried this before, but it's not worked. And I suspect it might be the switch on the shutter. I'll just try and lift this up without removing the wires. So there's a shutter on the front here. I'll just turn this around and show you on the other camera. No. Now, why did that suddenly do that? Having all sorts of problems with this lately because the Stream Deck completely disappeared from my laptop. The OBS software wanted to update, and yeah, okay, so this is the radio I'm going to have a look at today. It's a Philips 148, and I have the manual here for it, and this has got all the updates and everything like that in it. So there's quite a few variations to this. So this is the C version, and yeah, but mostly I wanted to actually get the instructions on how to remove this from the case. And why is this still blank? So waiting, yeah, it's saying waiting. Why? This is just more trouble than it's worth. Why isn't this starting? Come on. Now that's just, yep. Okay. Now that looks like a picture. Oh, that's, why is it saying 6 days ago? I can't open it. Nah. Why? Oh, I hate this. Hate YouTube on the phone. I just can't tell whether anything is working or not. Yeah, it seems to be going, but oh, I don't know. So I'll just carry on as if nothing is happening. Well, technology-wise, anyway. This is silly. Okay. I just don't seem to be able to open my own live stream for some reason. Okay. Right, so as I was saying, the chassis removal is quite involved. So the first step is, it says remove the power cord from the mains outlet. Done that. Close the shutter and open the rear cover of the case, the fastening screws, blah blah blah. Unsolder the two connections from the chassis to the loop antenna. So we better turn on our soldering iron and remove the battery pack. Unsolder the two connections from the chassis to the aerial loop on the tuning control side. Disengage the on-off switch actuating arm from the shutter. Okay. So right now, what is this doing? The Stream Deck buttons which I press, which are all showing the correct thing now, they just open up Microsoft Paint when I press auto. There's something very wrong with software at the moment. Right, so the captive unsoldered the connection from the chassis on the tuning control side. So it's this side here, and now we've got that wire there, that oh, I see, those two, is it? Yep. Okay, so we'll do that. And I'll get my pliers out. Now I assume these fine wires here are the aerial. Yes, that one's going to the aerial. So we'll do this. A bit awkward, but that's one of them. Ah, yep. And the other one is up here. Probably getting my head in the way of the camera. Right. Okay. Actually, I better put that back, otherwise I'll forget. And it goes into, and that has soldered itself in again. Okay, we'll leave that off for a moment. So it's just too awkward. Now, next thing is to lay the receiver face down on some protective material, and from the outside of the case, remove the two top securing screws. From the outside of the case, remove the top two securing screws. There's that there, because there's a screw, there's something there. That's going to, oh yeah, where's the shutter switch? I think it's over there. Yeah. Okay, so the shutter switch is, this is actually quite heavy. It's got the transformer in it. I'll try and get this working or visible for you. Move this down. And the shutter switch is down in here. So somehow you've got to undo the two top screws, whatever they are, and disengage that switch, or is it? Yeah, that's the power switch. And it's attached to this control here. And you won't be able to see that, but there's the other side. of this down here. So this is the tuning one, which is quite mucked up, and yeah, well maybe that's the tuning end. Yeah, that's the tuning end. Okay, so we have to undo these two top screws up in here. Yeah, there's one there and there's one at the other end of the handle. Now I do have quite a, well, I had 5 of these of the various body styles and colours and all sorts of things. By colours I mean the dial colours. Now how they're supposed to get that off? Okay. That's one screw out. And of course this is pretty filthy, this radio. Yeah, I had 5 of these of the various styles and iterations, but 2 of them have gone missing, and I'm a bit annoyed because one of them is the very early RCA version. Yeah, that comes up there. Is that a screw or something on there? I won't bother. Might have to remove that. And so remove the 2 securing screws and nut plates at the bottom of the chassis. Top securing screws. That's not one. And some of the connections to the same serial loop. Disengage the on-off switch, activating from the shutter. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Now, so there's 2 screws here, and they, actually that one's really loose. Someone's been in here before. Well, that's fallen off. And it's a different type of screw entirely. Okay. So I might actually take this out for the moment. Now this is the AC/DC power switch, and that up there is for AC. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good, so we have to remove this up here. Is there anybody here? Oh yeah. Now I'm hoping the sound is coming out. just going to see if I can now I'll just do that. I want to see if the sound is coming out. And it sounds like we've got sound. Now I'll just do that. Right, on with the show, folks. I'm confident that you can hear me. So I need to remove this up here. These are a bit tougher than the other ones, so this is quite rusted. It's funny, it doesn't say to remove this at all, but I guess it's pretty obvious. This back on. Okay. Now I'm going to have to. What's the next thing? Remove the chassis may now be lifted from the case, but in doing so, power transformer end should be cleared first. But what about these wires down here? That one is actually attached to the radio. Right. As is this one. Can't see anything, can you? Oh, maybe. Right, we'll come back out again. Right, so this black wire down here, which won't show up on the camera because it's too dark, and this yellow wire at the top, they need to come off. So the yellow wire is one down from the other yellow wire. Now, what do I do with those? Okay. Yeah, so we got the O-rings for the car, and yesterday, or Friday and yesterday, I put them in and put everything back together again, and we started the car and backfired again. So what I've done is I've ordered a set of new fuel injectors from eBay. They're $100 for a set of 6. I hope they're a set of 6, because everything else they're around about at least $100 each. So I'll wait for those to come in and we'll try the car again. I'm going to have to stand up to do this. Now, excuse me being in the way. Right. Well, that was easy. I'll put that down there. We've got all sorts of bits and pieces not connected up. So I don't know what's been going on here. Got another piece. So you can see, oh I see, so we've got a loop. So we knock everything over. All the wires were getting caught up in this slot here. So we've got the loop antenna, we've got our shutter. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but there's the shutter. And down here, there's a slot, and the power switch goes into that and turns it on and off. Over the other side, we've just got our aerial connections and an aerial trimmer down there, and we've got a spring here. So I'll put this case away, or yep, case. We've got this bit of insulation plate, which I imagine goes up the top of the radio. So there's been a bit of rust there. Yeah, that's the insulation plate from the top of the radio. Right. So we've got a okay. So I've got a 6V4 in here. This one, I don't think this relates to this particular model. I'm just looking at, so there's quite a few variations on this. Modified. We've got some 148 modified. We've got 148C. Has that got a 6V4 in it? We'll have a look. So, two errors were incorporated, change in value, circuit changes, not produced. 148 was not produced. Well, 148A, I should say, 148A. It's not produced. Carry handle. Colour of external moulded parts. 148C is the same as 148B, except changes in the IF transformers. 148D is the same as 148C, except changes in the IF transformers, speaker and speaker transformer. Valve 6. Why? Five valve, 6 valve. this is a 6 valve, and yeah, okay. So what it should have in it for the rectifier is an EZ82. So I would imagine that a 6V4 is the equivalent of that. Now we'll plug it in and turn it on. As I said earlier, everything gets caught up with these. Yeah, it's got quite a nice big speaker in it. Really nice, actually. And it doesn't seem to be rubbing or anything like that. No holes in it. It's the original green colour. We've got that. We've got our dial cord, which has come undone. This is going to be a hard radio to work on. Down here we've got one of our main filter caps. Another one underneath there. We've got two wire. No, we've got one wire coming off the end of this, or yeah, just one. We've got one wire coming off of the end of this, so the body must be earth. We've got our sort of switch. Yeah, there's a capacitor under there, just a mic cap, I should say. Not finishing my sentences. Now, the next thing to do is to have a look underneath here, because this, I don't really want to crack that dial cover. Wonder if there's a way of getting it off. No, it's riveted on. I don't know whether you can see the 4 rivets along there. Yeah, there's 4 rivets along there. Down this side, we've got a capacitor there. A lot of cobwebs here, and we've got our mains switch here. Mains transformer there. So I don't know if that's engaging or not. It's just a wafer switch. I can't see the contacts on it. It's pretty filthy dirty. Yeah. So our next stage will be to have a look-see underneath this plate here. I'll just have a sip of my tea. So we've got 4 screws, one down here. These are the ones which are either slotted or have, or you can use a spanner on, but it's right down the very corner, and the slot in these isn't very deep, so yeah, one of these. Two. And this one is one of those slotted ones. Yeah, someone's definitely been in here. So all the screws are different. So this one is, yeah, I guess we'd call them sheet metal screws these days, but right. Yeah. So this is pretty dirty down there. Put that out of the way. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. This whacking grate thing is a, can't read the value on it because it's underneath. Well, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrolytics down there. Sorry, paper caps, plus this big one here. Unlike that transistor radio, where I pulled out 20 caps. That was absolutely full of things. Now this trimmer here has got sticky tape over the top of it, so we'll leave that for the moment. Yeah, I've got the trimmer there, but yeah, that's well and truly waxed over. About 3 inches of wax on it. These have been elasticed or something or other, glued with brown stuff. Yeah, okay. So what I'll do is I'll try plugging it in and we'll see if we can get any sound out of it. I'm not sure. So that's going to be on, I think, or is it? No, that's off because it goes down, and this will be on. That's just a volume control there. And that's pretty loose, that valve, but we'll see if anything is working in here. Can't see the output transformer to get to it. Can't see the speaker terminals to get to them either. Right. Let's have a look at this more carefully. as I said, I did try this when I got it a couple of years ago now. I know that because the these clip leads was inside it, and there was a piece of wood holding the switch there. What can we use which is not going to conduct? Really see what the terminals are. Two yellow ones. Great. So I don't know which is positive and which is negative on this. And that's been bent at a jaunty angle. Doesn't really matter which way around you put them for testing, but you don't want to have that in any way make the chassis live. Okay, so I'll turn the isolation transformer on. We're going through the dim bulb at the moment. So that is on. Keep that well away from anything. Yeah. Okay. We don't have any life on the dim bulb at all. Right. So we'll turn that off for a moment and I'll see if I can find something to jam in there and maybe get the switch right round. This was the bit of wood that was in there. I don't know whether it was, no, that's not quite. So it's got to be right out there because the plug would have slotted it right in there. What have we got? It's not metallic. Okay, will that fit in there? It's probably too big, just that little bit too big. Right, that's holding it out. We'll do that temporarily and try the Variac again. Not a sausage. Okay, so we'll move the power switch on the front around. Oh, you can't see that, but I'm not moving the radio at this second. No, it seems to be dead as a doornail. Yep. Okay. So what I might do is just try another 6V4. Just get that out of the box. I think I've got a few of those. And try that. So this is my box of valves. One of the boxes anyway, so I've got all these in here. Three V4. Six V4. Okay, so we have a few of those. Okay, 6V4, very good. This is very tight, in fact extremely tight. I mean that'll be good anyway, but it's always worth a try. That's really nice and clean, that valve socket. Looks almost new. Okay. I'm just hoping the output, the mains transformer isn't blown on this or something. No, nothing. We'll just try the switch in the other position again. Absolutely zilch. That, oh, that was me knocking it. We'll just have a quick listen, just in case there's something. No, no click or anything. Okay, so that volume control just turns and turns and turns. So our volume control might be the problem. do have good contacts on this. They're a bit tarnished, but they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that is on. So we've got, I might just spray in there quickly. I think, so I can't, this is one of those sealed ones where you can't see inside it. I don't know whether the plastic controllers just come off of the spindle, or whether, and it's not turning, or whether that is just turning inside. So the next thing will be to, this is really heavy with this transformer rod, to take this little, actually may not need to, we could allow, because I can't get to the terminals there easily. It's really quite nicely around. And we do have a lot of spiders' webs and things like that in there. I'm just having a look to see if these are actually contacting anything. Yeah, seem to have. So many wires connecting different parts of the power supply here. So we've got all these which go down to here. I'm going to have to take this little bit of a cover off. Right, okay. So we've got capacitor in here. 0.001. We've got a resistor under here, and that power goes somewhere else. This is a bit of a mess, this. We've got this capacitor, no, that's to do with the other one. This has been replaced, this capacitor. Very badly done on that. Yeah. Okay. Just put these somewhere safe with the rest of the things. Bit of rogue solder there. Right. So what we'll do is we'll test our voltage down here. Or our continuity through the transformer. No, we don't seem to have any continuity. So I put a little bit of voltage on it. And our black one is down here. Put it on voltage, Andrew. So 171 there. And so that's 250. What are we connected to? 230. Where's our common? Yeah. So looks like we've got a dud. Transformer in this. I can't quite read. No. Let's tape over this and no, we don't seem to be getting any voltage into the actual set. No. I think the transformer is dead. Yeah, 172 in and nothing out. Okay. Now I don't know how this plug is wired up. I don't have a 90 volt and a 9 volt battery. I'd say that center one, or that big one, is the common. No. So let's put this back onto continuity and see if we get anything through. Nothing. So I don't know whether this switch down here is kaput. Now, how do I get that apart? So there's a grub screw on the other side there. Try and get to it from without turning the radio around. Sometimes these can end up in the wrong position. Oh, we've got two grub screws. Okay. This one's pretty rusty. Right, off you come. We'll pull the switch out and see if we can test the continuity on it at all. Goes down here. Not quite. Typical. What fell out then? It did not sound good. Oh no. It was one of those little brass spacers. Okay. Good. Okay. Now switch. Don't know whether this helps us or not. Oh yeah. It's got a blue and a black. So that one goes down here. So both wires go down here to this switch, and then both of them go back. What just flew out of somewhere down here, okay. So we'll pop this back on again so we can turn it. And I'll have to move the camera, won't I? Is that more visible? Sorry about that. Trying not to electrocute myself here. So that should be in the 240 volt mode there. So we've got a continuous contact. Would seem on. Yeah, we've got a. It's got grease or something all over it. We've got a continuous contact on this one. I don't know about that one. Goes down to there. Yeah, so that's working. Yeah, those contacts seem to be working just fine. So that goes, I don't know whether I can bring you in close enough. I'll try the other camera. Just clearing my hands off. Yeah. Okay. So, do those wires, and yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty covered in grease and muck and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is clean this up. It does seem to be making contact with the contacts. Well, the contacts are making contact. Where are we? There we go. Yeah. So we'll do that. Yeah, this is pretty bad, this. Yeah, it's all tarnished and covered in muck. Now I'll clean this a bit later properly, but just want to try and clean off the contacts. Right. And do we have so white wire, and white wire? It's 1, 2, 3. This one goes to the transformer. This one seems to go somewhere down underneath it into the connections, and yeah, okay. So that's making good contact. This is in the battery mode. Right. That goes to that one. This one goes down underneath the transformer somewhere, and it is solidly connected. And this one goes, and so that must go off into the radio itself. And there's quite a few connections up here. Yeah. So we'll turn the power on. No, it won't. So it's going to be in battery mode. And move this around. I don't want to take the spring off of here because I'll never get it back on again. My hooks are out in the car. So I don't know quite how that is going to stay there, but might have to take that off. Okay, so the spring is off, so we should better move this around. Just testing the contacts here. So that one goes to that one. Right, so this contact down here, bring you down a bit closer. So this contact down here, that switches between the battery, which goes off on this one up to here, and this goes down to the transformer, or to the switch maybe. I'll try that. No. These are all the single core stiff wires too. So that goes off. Now, I know people are yelling, look at the schematic, look at the schematic, but that's not going to tell me which white wire. So, that's not the one. $148, don't we? Not the 1228. And 35. Maybe it's the here we go. So this is the 6 valve. Now, we've got actually, it must be the on-off switch there. Oh, hang on. Where's their on-off switch? There's their on-off switch, operated by a dial shutter there. And here's our 6V4 right on the transformer. So our center tap goes that way, and it must be our no. Where's the 6 volts come off? There's our heaters. That's the switch. This is weird. So, oh, okay. So when we shut the switch, we not only bring our B plus into play, but our 6 volts, or 6.3. This switch has 60-degree movement. Switch A1 shown in battery position. Yeah. 15, 24. C29. So we've got an electrolytic right across here, and another cap down there. So 29 and 30, and no changes to those by the looks of it. So C, that's the miscellaneous components. Where are all our main components? Parts list, here we go. C, 29 is a 50 megafarad, microfarad, 200 electrolytic, and what's C30? Hasn't got C30, or does it? Oh, yep, 0.001 paper. Right. So 50 microfarad. One there. I want to really that 50 would be down here, wouldn't it? 10 volts. Got that other thing floating around. Red is positive. Is that a 100? No, it can't be. EG1. Oh, so it's the same as this one. I'm really suspicious of this big brown cap here. Turn it around. Might replace that now. That is a 0.1 at 400 volts. Okay, so what's this one down here? It's going to be a secret, isn't it? Because this is actually screwed to the chassis with this clip here, and there's no way that's coming out past this speaker. And the same with the other one which we want to replace. That is jammed right down in here. Okay. Yeah. So the transformer will have to come off. Got half an hour. Or is that welded onto there? Don't tell me it's welded. No, it's not. Right, that's that one. I'm assuming this will come off with this one. Yep. Okay, that is really rusty. Gives us a little bit more space, and it's going to be quite difficult to take that spacer out. Yeah. Okay. What is that? 100 microfarad. I think. Yeah, 100 microfarad. But the schematic 10 volts working. It's really strange or interesting or bizarre, whatever you like to call it. Is that? Right, so that's just going to ground. and the positive is going up to this valve here. So where's the 50, which is number 29. That's definitely it. So we'll have a look. $29.30, $29.30, 5-valve, 161. That's 161. Okay. So that definitely says that 30 should be 50 ohms, 50 microfarad. C18 is changed. C13, which is a mica. I can't see anything that's changed on it. C21, 0.02 to 0.01. Yeah. But I reckon someone's changed that because it's got reasonably fresh solder on it. That one has got the paint on it. And that's been changed decades ago. You can't buy these anymore. But, okay, so here's our red and blue for the speaker. So we can test that. See if we've got any continuity through that. Yep. I mean, some of these resistors look really crusty, but they should work. Is that open? No. $1.3K. So it's not open at least. It's not open. Not checking the values particularly well, but just checking to see if there's any open resistors in here. No. There's one down there. Ah, there's a electrolytic capacitor there. I haven't really looked on the top side of this yet. Is that a 50? No, that's a 1.4. That's a 24 microfarad. Yeah, I reckon that this mains transformer is not working. I mean, I could be proved wrong, but yeah. I wonder if, yeah, may well be burnt out. In which case I'll have to find another radio of this type with a working mains transformer in it. Or scrap this one and... Geez, that tuning gang is absolutely filthy down there. No doubt do lots and lots of shorts, but okay. So we've got 20 minutes left, and what I'll do is I'll very quickly show you the transistor radio I did during the week. Move that out of the way. Which end is the, yeah, there's the battery end. Move all this out the way. Plug in our power supply. And I have to get up to turn it on. The switch is right at the very back. Okay, so everything is ready on this one. Where did I put the volume control? It's not it. Where is? Oh, it's down here. So we'll turn it down, and that's off. Turn it on. And as you can hear, that's a minimum volume. At least I hope you can hear. Sounds like a big crowd of people clapping. Yeah, so it is actually working, but the yeah, one of the transistors is super noisy. But you'll have to watch the video when I finally edit it and put it out during the week. I was going to do it on Friday, but other things intervened. Yeah. So I might actually end this live stream a bit early today, as I'm not feeling all that great. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and all that sort of jazz. And I'll be back next week with another live stream. I don't know why it didn't connect at the beginning, but yeah, there's something very odd with the interaction between the two programs. Okay, so I'll speak to you on a main video during the week and a live stream next week, fingers crossed. I do have to go to Melbourne on Saturday, I think it is, for an HRSA meeting, but I should be okay by Sunday. And then the following weekend we've got an auction. I think it's on the Sunday, so there won't be a live stream in 2 weeks. I might do one on the Saturday afternoon instead, but probably might have a week off. Okay, so thanks for watching, and take care of yourself, and I'll end the live stream. Bye. Oh, mouse work.